Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. So I've tried to film this video multiple times, but I just keep rambling on because, as you guys can tell, the self-love journey is like very close to my heart. It's something I recently dealt with and something I recently went through. So it's like sitting down to talk about it, it's like my thoughts are just everywhere and there's so many things I want to say, but like I need to stay to the topic, you know. So today we're talking about the tools that I think are absolutely important on your self-love journey. Now, like I've said in the previous video, the self-love journey for me is not just superficial. It's something that is holistic. It's the way you treat other people, the way you teach people to treat you, and essentially just the way you love yourself overall. And I think you never stop learning about yourself. You never stop learning about the self-love journey. And with each thing you go through, you just sit back and you're like, wow, I've really grown, you know. And you continue to grow because there is no such thing as you've grown too much. Growth is just positivity. It's amazing, it's great, and growth is that thing that I feel like can never stop in this lifetime. Whether it's growth for yourself, growth for your business, growth for your relationship, growth for your friendship, there's always going to be a level of growth, you know. So today we're talking about the tools I think that are really important for you on the self-love journey. So number one is affirmations. Now, affirmations not to be confused with manifestations, because manifestations are things that you want for yourself long term, things you want materialistically, things you want to make your life better, you know. Affirmations is things that you say to yourself. And I remember I started doing this in October 2018, and you know, people would say things to me and I would just be like, people have so much faith in me that I can do these things and I'm so talented. But why is it that every time people say these things to me, I'm like dumbstruck and like dumbfounded? I'm like, me? Oh, could never be me, you know? The fact that people had more faith in me than I had in myself was like, it shouldn't even be that way. Why is it that way? I should be the first person that has the most faith in my capabilities, you know. So anyway, I think affirmations are really important. Just telling yourself, I am brave, I am fearless, I deserve happiness, I am more than what I give myself credit for, I am worthy of all the good things in the world, I am worthy of happiness, I am worthy of love, those kinds of things. I actually have the I Am app on my phone. Sarah Jasbay actually recommended it on her stories, and I think it's really important to have something that reminds you to affirm yourself. So if I go onto the app today, I started my affirmations to start coming from 9 a.m. and now it's currently like 21 minutes past 8. Today's affirmation on my app is, I choose calm over worry and faith over fear. So it's things like this that really help you. You can choose self-care, you can choose financials, you can choose anything for your affirmations. So yeah, I think it's really important to affirm yourself regularly. I think it's part of your self-love journey, because I think we as people are the hardest on ourselves when it comes to the self-love journey. Like, we are so harsh, we are so difficult with ourselves, you know. And it's just like, maybe if we're kinder to ourselves, we'll teach people how to be kinder to us also, you know. So I think it's very important to have affirmations in your life. I think it's very important to deal with your feelings. Sometimes it makes me feel like, do we have so many hurt people hurting more people because they don't sit down and deal with their feelings? Or what's the real tea here? Because I'm struggling to find how people can continuously go from one person to the next and create this domino effect of hurt, instead of just sitting with themselves and dealing with their problems. You just don't deal with your problems, push them behind, and then they affect you on a subconscious level, and then you just end up hurting everyone, you know. And I think at the end of the day, like, the self-love journey is the hardest journey you will ever have to go on, because it's your own voices, it's your own demons telling you you're not good enough, telling you you're too fat, telling you you're not that pretty, telling you that you're never going to be good enough to be in the industry that you're in, or, you know, whatever the case may be. It's your own voices telling you these things. And the hardest thing is when you have to sit down with your own difficult voices. I call them demons because they literally feel like they came from hell. Also, I apologize if the lighting in this video keeps changing. The sun keeps coming in and out of the clouds, so I do apologize. But when you have to sit down with yourself and be like, I am no longer going to speak to myself in this way, because I think it's very counterproductive to my growth, and you make that decision to put those voices in their place, what do you think you're talking about? You are pretty good enough. So don't come here. You tell your negative voice this. You tell your negative voice, don't you come here and tell me I'm not good enough. I am. Do you not see how hard I work? Do you not see how much effort I put into the things that I do? Do not ever tell me ever again that I'm not good enough, because that ain't it. Put those voices in their place. The only time you're going to be able to do that is if you process your feelings. Okay, today I'm not feeling good enough. Why am I not feeling good enough? Is it because I'm comparing myself to other people? Is it because, and majority of the time it is comparison. It's comparison that we don't feel good enough. And I chose to leave that comparison life behind me a very long time ago. It was at the beginning of my career, 2 or 3 years in. I had a decent amount of following on Instagram, but I wasn't getting the campaigns. Instagram and YouTube, I had a decent following. I wasn't getting the campaigns. And then I was comparing myself, and I was like, why is that me though? Why am I not getting the campaigns? And then I took a step back and I was like, girl, what do you mean? You are not on those people's journey. You cannot ask yourself why you have not gotten something that was not destined for you in the first place, you know? So it's very important to understand and attract and manifest those things that are meant for you. All of the opportunities that are meant for you will always find you. It's not about, oh, they're not good enough for that, or you feel like you're not good enough for that, or comparing, or whatever. It has nothing to do with other people, because other people are on their own journeys. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with how good enough or whatever you are, or how worth it you are. Whatever's destined for you will always find its way to you. And that's one of the reasons why I don't compare myself to anybody else. Nobody is my competition, because what's destined for me will find its way. What's destined for you will find it your way. What's destined for you will be destined for you. What's destined for me will be destined for me. There's no competition here. The only competition I'm in with the English today is with myself. And I think that is the only competition you should ever be with, is yourself. Because you can't fight your destiny. You can't fight the opportunities that are already set out for you. You know, whatever's meant for you will always find its way. Never ever ever doubt that. And I think that is a crucial step on your self-love journey, is not comparing yourself to other people. The moment you compare yourself to other people is the moment you're already saying that you love yourself as much as other people love themselves. Because I mean, if you're going to compare your accolades to other people's, you might as well compare the love you have for yourself with the love other people have for themselves. And we can never truly tell how much somebody loves themselves, you know. And your self-love journey, again, is not just superficial. It's very holistic. It's the way you talk to yourself. It's the kindness you show yourself. It's the, okay, I get it, today wasn't a great day, but tomorrow's going to be a better day. It's talking yourself into a better tomorrow, even if there's going to be down days, you know. And I think that's super important. I think sometimes we just give up when we have bad days. No, don't give up. Keep pushing. Because you're not working on the self-love journey for yourself yesterday. You're working on the self-love journey for who you're going to be tomorrow, and who you're going to be the day after that, and who you're going to be years after that, decades after that, who you're going to be for your kids, who you're going to be for your nieces and nephews, who you're going to be for your family. Your self-love journey is not just a selfish thing. Even though a lot of your decisions are selfish and self-serving, it is very important to understand and realize that when you work on your self-love journey, you're working on the version of yourself that is the best, not just for you, but for everyone else around you. And if you are happy, and if you are in a happy environment, everybody else around you is going to be happy, because you exude happiness. You want to have that energy, you know. So it's very important to sit down and deal with your feelings. However, if you can't deal with your feelings, like speaking to yourself, I talk to myself all the damn time. I'm like, girl, what is happening here? What did you do wrong? Okay, let's figure this out. If you can't talk to yourself, then journal. I think it's very important to sit down and journal stuff and write down your feelings. Because let me tell you something, when you're going through anxiety, half the time, like for the first couple of weeks, you don't know it's anxiety. All you're feeling is like this feeling like, oh, something's wrong, and then it gets more intense, and then sometimes it manifests itself into physical symptoms like a tight chest or just like off feelings in the body. But when you document these things and you're able to figure out what's going on, you're able to kind of counteract and be more aware and make a decision to deal with those feelings and move on, you know. And I think it's very important to deal with your feelings and move on. Also, with your self-love journey, for me, my end goal is just to find peace and true happiness. You need to find what's your end goal with your self-love journey. For me, it's not about my physical appearance. I've gotten over my physical appearance a long time ago. It's just the bad voices in my head that were just too much, you know. And for me, because my end goal was peacefulness and happiness, I decided to let go of things that don't serve me. You need to accept things that you can't change and let go of things that can't serve you. With regards to grudges, I don't hold any ill feelings towards anyone. If you're not my friend, that's fine. I'm not going to wish ill on any endeavor you decide to go on in your life. I may not be a fan of you, but I will never wish ill upon your life. That's not who I am as a person. I've let go and it's fine. Like I couldn't care less at that point. But when you hold on to things and you just like bottle everything up and you're like, I don't like this person because of what they did and I will continue hating them for the rest of my life, it's tiring, it's draining, it's exhausting, you know. So for me, making those conscious decisions to not hold grudges and let things go, accept things you can't change. Like if your boyfriend breaks up with you and there's absolutely no reason for him to break up with you, but he does it anyway, you gotta accept those things. It's his choice. So when you create peace for yourself and you create that end goal that you want for your self-love journey, nothing anybody says or does is going to affect that, because you worked so hard on getting to a point where you're happy with yourself. So when people are not happy with you, you're just like, if you're not happy with me, that's your problem. That's got nothing to do with me. I've done all the work I can on myself and I'm still doing work on myself. So you cannot come here and tell me that the way I am does not fit your needs, because you haven't had to sit down and battle my demons and figure out your self-love journey. You haven't had to go through the same journey I have. Nobody's journey is the same, and that's what makes us all different as people. You know, we may have similarities, we may have similar things that we go through, but nobody's journey is anything like the other person's journey, you know. So I think it's very important to affirm yourself, to write down your feelings, process your feelings, journal your feelings if you have to, and also find out the end goal of your self-love journey. What is it that you're really looking for to be your end goal of this journey? Is it to be happy with your weight? Is it to be holistically happy with yourself? Is it for peace? Is it for happiness? Is it for abundance? Because I promise you, when you have reached your peak of your self-love journey, that's when things start changing. you'll always continue growing. But things really start changing when you are at the peak of your self-love journey. Not just the way you see yourself, but all the opportunities that come into your life also. So I'm going to stop rambling. Those are my tools that I think are absolutely important to figure out your self-love journey and to be on the right track to your self-love journey. Comment down below and let me know what else you guys would like me to speak on. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to slay all day every day with and without makeup, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Don't forget to always love yourself too.